Right now standing in Colombo in front of the President's Secretariat where the protesters are still continuing their protests. The attendance is thinner than what was earlier this week. Still the campaign is still going on, and now the focus has moved to asking for resignation of Ranil Wickremesinghe, who was sworn in as the President of Sri Lanka today. I have with me one of the key protesters, Mr. Danish Ali. Danish, thank you for chatting with me.
No worries.
Yeah. So tell me,
Thank you.
what's your demand right now?
Right now, immediate demand is Ranil have to leave, and he has got as the acting president. Right now, he got appointed as the acting president. He's not even elected through the election by the public. He just went with the national list, which is really a wrong decision taken by the Sri Lankan politicians in 1988. Amendment came. There should be we can have 29 nationalist members to the parliament, and also 225 members to the parliament. So what's happening right now? That made a person without people's willingness or people's votes became the Prime Minister of the country, and also became the acting President of the country. So right now we say we don't want the executive presidency for Sri Lanka anymore, and also we can see the constitution has played a huge role when it comes to this all corruptions, and also the situations really caused Sri Lanka to get to the second position in the inflation rate. So what we can do right now, what we are demanding right now, Ranil have to leave, and also they have to sort out from the parliament, sort out the current real issues of we don't have fuel, and we don't have proper medicines, and no proper food, and things like that. And also
Let me ask you one thing. Today, Ranil has said that the democratic processes have to be followed. He will respect the constitution, and he will not do anything unconstitutional, which looks like targeted at you guys, at the protesters, who are demanding for a people's council instead of the cabinet, instead of the existing government system, which is not provisions of that is not there in the constitution. How do you have to say that?
That's what we are saying. You have to bring new amendments initially. Once the new president comes in, we don't accept Ranil as even the acting president. Whoever comes in as the next president, we are asking him to amend the constitution initially, amend the constitution, and get a real legal aspect for the people council, and then we will ask. Then they will go for a constitutional, like new constitution, because this constitution is formed in 1978. And almost 20, if we go for another amendment, that will be 22 amendments. So it's a lot of amendments, because it's not being written down according to the proper structure. So it is being written as per the benefit of the politicians who come as the president. So what we request right now, not requesting, no more request. What we demanding right now, Ranil to leave and do the constitutional reforms and get back things on track. And also let the people council to work with you, and also within 1 year come up with a new constitution, and also go for an election. That's what we are requesting right now.
Yeah, you were saying that you're not requesting anymore, you're demanding. So your movement, the protest movement, is very leaderless. So who is the person who will go and negotiate with the government tomorrow if they ask you to come for talks?
No. First, initially, ask Ranil to leave. Though there's no leaders, there are active people, full-timers are here. Full-timers are here. Everyone is a leader, we say, but full-timers are here who can commit for this protest. So the full-timers are here to work with. And even we had discussions with other political parties, with all these full-timers who full-timely work as protesters and without getting any payment or anything like that, just to save the motherland. So we'll be working on that aspect. So that's what it is.
If the presidential elections take place on 20th of July, as is being discussed, as being decided, then what do you do?
We're not going to nominate, or we're going to not point out anyone will be the leader. We will say one thing: whoever comes in, they have to accept our demands and work according to our demands. If not, the struggle keep on continuing in different aspects.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining. So Sri Lankan Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe today officially took charge as the acting president of Sri Lanka, a day after President Gotabaya Rajapaksa resigned. The resignation letter, which came in the form of an email, was confirmed in the morning by the Speaker of Sri Lankan Parliament. The process to elect the new president has begun. The Parliament will be convened tomorrow on Saturday, and then nominations will be called for the candidates on the 19th. The election will take place on July 20th. There are some presidential candidates who are right now who have expressed their intent. It includes Sajid Premadasa, who is the opposition leader, apart from Ranil Wickremesinghe himself, and former Army Chief Field Marshal Sarath Fonseca. These are among the key contenders so far. We'll have to watch and see how it plays out. Meanwhile, the protesters are keeping up on the demand. Right now I am in front of the presidential secretariat, where part of which is still being occupied by the protesters. There are speeches and there are activities happening, although the attendance today is thinner than what was over the weekend and earlier this week. However, the protesters are still coming to this site in some numbers.